Hello, I'm Morgan Addis, Intern Program Manager with the Air Force Personnel Center's Force Renewal Management. We are so excited to welcome you to this year's Premier College Intern Program and can't wait to welcome you to the Air Force Civilian Service. We have searched all over the country for premier students like yourself, and we're excited to see the big things you're going to do for our Air Force. Now, we know you're probably hearing from a lot of different people about the program, what's to come, what to expect. You probably have questions and wonder what this experience might mean for you. And while we could answer those questions for you, we thought it might be helpful for you to hear firsthand experience from some Premier College interns who've gone through the program themselves. So we've invited some former PCIs to come share their experience with you. Again, we're excited to meet you this summer at the PCIP Symposium.
I chose to intern with the Air Force Civilian Service because I come from a strong military background. My grandfather was a colonel in the Army for the Corps of Engineers. My brother was in the Army as well, 82nd Airborne medic, and my husband is a Marine. So to be a part of the mission and support is something that I've always really wanted to do, and this was a great opportunity to join forces.
I chose to intern to have a career where I feel valued, where I know there is going to be a sense of longevity, and it allows me to put in place a foundation for my future. So those are the reasons why.
The Air Force Premier College Internship Program was my second choice. I did have an offer with an agency, but my internship was canceled due to COVID. So I chose the Air Force after. I was kind of scared. I was really sad because the other one was like your dream position, or, you know, as you think. But Miss Bina Perlow was the one who reached out to me last November and told me to keep it in mind and keep it as an option because you never know what's going to happen. So I was like, okay, she kept great contact with me and I really looked up to her a lot. So I was like, yes, of course. And then I introduced myself to her at the Scholarship for Service job fair in DC. And I absolutely loved her. She was so kind, so friendly. And I was like, okay, this is cool. You know, this is a great option too. So when my internship was canceled, I accepted the position for the Air Force. However, after my experience during the summer, I was so happy that my other internship was canceled. I honestly could not imagine going anywhere else but this internship. I learned so much. I loved the people. I loved my squadron. I made so many mentors who helped me along the way. So that is definitely why I chose it. And I'm happy I did.
Definitely my most memorable moment was when I got to sit in meetings with the Space Test Program and Johnson NASA Center. And I got to talk to the engineers that manage all the experiments that go into the International Space Station and how they're also part of the same base department that I will be a part of. And that just like, I was a little kid in a candy store watching the meeting.
From our virtual internship last summer, I think the most memorable, I really enjoyed hearing from all the different commands and all the different places where the civilian service touches the actual Air Force. We got to listen to so many different groups and organizations that told us everything, and we just got to ask questions, and that was really great.
The most memorable moment from my internship was, I believe it was the last week before I left to go back and finish my senior year of undergrad. My coworkers got me all together and they threw me a little going away party. Just all said a few words to me about how much they appreciated having me in the office. And I think that was one of the biggest reasons that I chose to come back as a Palace Acquire, was just realizing how much I was valued. Even as a young person in college, I just always felt like my opinion was valued and like I could contribute something to the group, which I think is something very unique about this internship that you don't get to experience everywhere.
The PCIP exceeded my expectations because with COVID, I was definitely nervous that the experience wouldn't be the same just because we weren't able to be in person, but that was definitely not the case. I still got a really good feel of what the job was going to offer, and I also feel like we got to sit in on so many more meetings with leaders and people just from all sorts of different career field teams that we wouldn't have gotten if we hadn't been online. And so through this whole experience, we were just shown how much our time was valued and how much interest that they had in helping us with our future careers.
Oh boy, this is a great question. I think this internship exceeded my expectations, geez, like sevenfold. I was nervous to have an online or like a virtual internship. I didn't know how it was going to work, and there seemed to be so many people, so I was like, wow, this is going to be like a mess probably. And so short notice too, but you guys had it so together. I was so wrong. The communication, the organization, what you guys had us do while still learning at the same time, because some of us weren't all, able to get our security clearances, so that was that could have been a problem, but it wasn't a problem at all. Mr. Shalo, who was my supervisor, had us do amazing projects. We were all able to work as a team. I learned so much, and not only that, I think the biggest thing that I learned about myself was I knew so much already that I didn't believe in myself at all. So this program helped me believe in myself and have so much more confidence. So it really exceeded my expectations. I can't even begin to explain how much.
The PCIP program exceeded my expectations because I think it's a really unique experience. It's not like any other internship. From day one, I felt like when I came in, everybody really valued my skill set and valued my opinions. So that gave me the confidence to, when I saw something that I thought I was able to speak up and really contribute, and I felt like I was constantly a contributing factor to the organization. Everybody really valued me, even as a young student who hadn't even graduated college yet. I felt like I was a contributing member who was highly valued.
I was pleasantly surprised with the inclusivity and their mission to making sure the civilian service is as diverse and supported as possible. I had generals addressing issues within the political spectrum at the time with the protests happening, and really made it a mission to make sure that no matter your background, gender, etc., you felt included, but most importantly, you felt supported by your other coworkers and members of your local community and the organization.
Well, it's not if, but when I would recommend it to a friend, because I definitely have. One of my fellow students at George Mason was curious about the internship program, and I filled them in on the background of it, how it's the best opportunity for growth, both professionally and personally. You get so many connections all around the U.S., and you get to be a part of something that's really great and bigger than yourself, and they push you just as much as you push them, and you grow together. It's awesome.
If I was to recommend PCIP to a friend, I would tell them there's going to be lots of opportunities to talk to lots of people, and I would say do all the things. If they have a cocktail virtual meeting, do it. If they have a bunch of people that are in a different field than you, and you think, what would I learn from this? Do it. Go listen, because you never know what you're going to hear. You never know the people you're going to meet. So do all the things that they provide.
I will tell them that you're entering a workforce where they're going to invest in you, and they're going to make sure that you're setting a really good foundation to where you could be comfortable and be happy overall with your job.
I actually just transitioned to a PAC in October of last year, and I'm still learning a lot of what I'm supposed to do, but I do feel more confident and just happy that I achieved, becoming part of the Air Force.
I'm a lot more focused, I feel like. Before I was going through school, I was excited to go back to school to be an electrical engineer. I didn't know what I was going to do with myself afterwards, though. It was just kind of one of those, finish college, get a better job. I don't know what that better job's going to be, but that was a goal, get a better job. And now, since I PCIP, like I said, I PCIP'd, I guess it'd be the middle of my junior year since I graduated in December. But it really helped me focus what I wanted to do with myself after school, so I could look more into my senior electives and say, okay, this is the direction that I'm going to go, and it gave me a purpose and a goal to work towards. So I didn't really get senioritis as bad either, as compared to some other people that I know, because I was like, no, I have a place to fit in, and I'm going to make it. I'm not going to give up.
Since joining the Air Force Civilian Service and participating in this internship, I've grown in so many aspects of my life. Academically, I was able to take back to school what I learned in my internship in the summer and apply it to my classes there. And I was also able to grow in my professional career. Now I'm in the Palace Acquire program with a little under a year of work experience. And I just feel like all of the people that I've met and all of the technical experience I've gained in multiple different areas has really just allowed me to kickstart off my career in the best way possible.